Hey guys, Andrew here. That's right, Set 2 Return of Legends is finally out, with 85 new Duel Masters cards. So today I thought I might talk about a few of the new cards that I'm most excited for. Again, the set itself contains 85 new cards, with each civilization having 17 cards, and introduces new races such as Mecha the Soul, Death Puppet, Gargoyle, Zombie Dragon, Volcano Dragon, Xenoparts, and Earth Dragon. As you can see, a lot of new dragons. I know Jason would be quite pleased with that. The set also introduces us to Chargers, which if you've watched our Chargers video, you'll understand what cool things you can do with them. Also Power Breaker, for which the creature with the ability breaks an additional shield for every 6k power it gains. Take Super Necro Dragon Abzordoba for example. Currently he's at 11k, so he's breaking 2 shields. Beyond 12k, he's breaking 3 shields. And beyond 18k, he's breaking 4, and so forth. Small buff to these cards, but I believe the change overall will be inconsequential. Finally, our favorite ability of all, Tap ability. Yay! Alright, let's show you guys some cards. Before we do that, please do keep in mind that these cards may not necessarily be the most powerful cards in the set, but rather the cards that I'm most excited for. Kaichou, Keeper of the Ice Gate, is the first entry into the tap ability cards, with the effect search your deck for a dragon and put it into the battle zone. Then shuffle your deck, that creature gets speed attacker this turn, and at the end of this turn destroy this creature. My immediate thought was, can this summon evolution creatures? I don't think so at the moment, but imagine summoning a Bajula. Wow, that would be pretty busted. But even if it can't summon Bajula, having a speed attacker Bomedius is also nothing to laugh at, especially when it comes out on turn 6. Super Terra Dragon Galas Tempest is a game-only exclusive card which reads, whenever this enters the battle zone or attacks, randomly put one of your opponent's creatures into their mana zone. This looks pretty strong on paper, essentially 2 natural snares on the turn you play him. Although I am slightly worried that he may not be as useful, as he is quite hard to get out given his high mana costs, and dragons in general are not the cheapest. But given his high payoff, I am definitely excited to see if I can build a deck around this guy. Volcano Charger is a card that we are all familiar with, but somewhat of a sleeper in terms of just how effective it is. People really did underestimate this card, thinking it was way too overpriced for the effect. Why not just play Crimson Hammer? But what they didn't realize was the setup potential of this card, allowing you to get to those key turn 7 and 8 faster. Blizzard of Spears is a card that I'm personally quite excited for. The 4k threshold basically clears all creatures 5 mana or less, an extremely powerful effect essentially letting you to reset the board. Although you do have to be careful in how you use it, as it can also clear your board as well, leaving yourself open to whatever creature your opponent may play next. Uberdragon Bajula. It's finally back. With all the dragon support that is currently being released from the set, from Kaichou to Call of Dragons, it really does make you excited to see if Bajula will finally be decent. And I do really have high hopes, but we'll see. Craze Valkyrie is also making its return in DM plays. Obviously a strong boss monster, up there in the ranks of Fighter Duelfang, Crystal Lancer, and so forth. But Craze Valkyrie's effect is what really pushes him over the top, having an effect that can be used both defensively to kill off your opponent's creatures, and also offensively to tap blockers and break shields. It's no-brainer why people are so excited to see him again. Petrova, Channeler of Suns, has a devastating effect that is almost impossible to remove given Petrova's can't be targeted ability. Plus 4k power is a huge boost, making, for example, your tiny Laura Giga into a formidable 6k power. Like I mentioned before, Petrova is also extremely hard to remove. You can't remove it, say, with Terra Pit, Natural Snare, Aqua Surfer. You can't even use Craze Valkyrie's effect. Surprisingly, because of this, Petrova might actually be quite a decent attacker as well that can get past key shield triggers. Definitely expect to see a lot of this guy. So Galas' entry into DM plays means that the Outlier deck can be finally completed. Yay! He's also a great target for Petrova Guardian buff decks, and also another card that just barely misses out on this list, but definitely deserves a special mention, Glyn, a 5-mana Guardian evolution that whenever your opponent breaks a shield trigger, whenever your opponent uses a shield trigger, put the top card of your deck into your shields. Quite a nice effect that has the potential to swing games. Borgi's Puppet Warrior is a supercharged Meteorosaur. 5 mana 4k, one of your opponent's creatures gets minus 3k power until the end of the turn. Quite excited to see how this will do against the meta. It seems like this will always have a target, and also being at 4k, he's quite strong himself. Although what really sells him for me is that he's a demon command, and we all know what that means. Ocwen, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Certainly didn't expect them to release this. Over the course of this channel's life, we've been pretty adamant as to sing praise for Marinomancer, saying how the card is pretty much overpowered, but given it came out on turn 5, you still needed to construct your deck to fend off the early game. Now completely scratch that idea. Ocwen is the Japanese OCG exclusive Marinomancer that is 4 mana. That is absolutely insane. 4 mana 2k that draws 3. You can even curve into Illusionary Merfolk if you really wanted the cards. Now of course, Ocwen only fits into Water Light Dark decks, which you may argue that is only really one archetype. Just like how Bombazar only fits into Bombazar decks. Thank God he's not in. But just like Bombazar, having a deck as strong as this isn't too good for the meta, as you'll kind of lose all semblance of diversity and left with Ocwen decks or decks that can counter it. Oh boy, we're definitely in for a ride. Hope you guys are as excited as I am to finally be able to play with these new cards. I can't wait to see how these cards will impact the metagame and just what new types of decks people come up with. Anyway, this is Andrew, and you're watching The Gauntlet.